Hey folks, I'm Grant,
I'm Brian.
and we are the smartest kids in the room.
Indeed.
Since last we talked, boys and girls, something happened,
Yeah,
right?
man.
We got we got a president elect, who he's gonna be our new president, and that is Donald Trump.
Woo!
Uh, and Brian kind of helped out with that because you voted for him, didn't you?
Yep.
Oh,
Who knew? Now I'm the most hated person on this podcast.
well, why was it me before or what?
Or no.
Golly, Brian. Yeah, it probably is me. It's my voice. It's cool. But yeah, that kind of surprised me, dude. Because honestly, I went back and I watched some of his debate stuff, like his debates and like the Republican conventions and whatever. And he just says whatever the fuck he wants, dude. But I don't know. I guess people. I mean, I guess people must have been turned on by that because I mean, he didn't get the majority or popular vote or
No, I
whatever.
didn't get the popular
He
votes.
didn't get that, but he got the overall. I don't know. I guess like regional voting. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, I remember just trying to go to sleep at like 11 because I was like, I have school the next day. So I'll let you know in the morning. And then I got and then I like kept looking. And then I saw 20 elective votes to Pennsylvania to Trump. I was like, all right, he's got this.
And at first, it was real close. It was close the whole time.
It
And I
was.
thought I thought like the media reports were just doing that just so like people would be tense and stuff. But I mean, apparently it must have been that close. I really thought Hillary was gonna win it like a slam dunk. And I'm not saying like she should have won or lost. I honestly didn't care either way. But I mean, I really thought that I thought she was gonna win the popular vote. I thought it seemed like more people were going for her than for him. But I mean, the dude, excuse me, Trump, he made a lot of promises, man. So I mean, we'll have to just see if he delivers on them. Like, I mean, some of the policies, like I said, I went back and listened. Some of his policies are good, but it doesn't matter if you just say you're gonna do something. You got to actually do it, But I mean, we'll see, man. He's gonna be in office in what, January, February?
January.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. You see that picture going around when Obama invited him to the White House, and someone photoshopped it to show Obama flipping Donald Trump the bird. That's funny. It looks so like seamless though. Like I really thought that, oh my god, he flipped him off. But then I saw a picture where they were shaking hands. I was like, that was a pretty good Photoshop job though. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, man. It's gonna be interesting to see him, President Trump. Who would have known? That's crazy.
Simpsons knew.
Yeah.
No one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, did you hear
right.
about
Yeah,
that?
I did.
Like 16 years, they were like, okay, let's just make Donald Trump president. Never they would thought he would be actually become it. And you know how they do the openings of the Simpsons, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the new episode they did the chalkboard.
Yeah, they were like, we hate being right.
But yeah, I mean, hey man, Dave Chappelle, he was on Saturday Night Live
Yeah,
last Saturday, which was awesome. But I think he summed it up pretty good when he just said, "I'm gonna give him a chance as long as he gives us a chance." And I thought that made,
exactly.
I mean, I thought that was a pretty nice way of summing it up. So I'm gonna give the dude a chance. I mean, whether we like it or not, he's gonna be our president. So I mean, unless we move to Canada or something, which I'm not above doing, Brian. If you want to move, I mean, we can move. But yeah, I mean, I would just say everyone give him a chance, give him a shot. We'll see what Donald J. Trump can do to the country. Let's make America great again, right, Brian?
Woo!
All right, now enough of all that fucking unpleasantness, Brian. Last week, me and you both had some interesting weeks. You want to share yours?
I was in New York, and
Brian met a girl.
at the Disney store.
He didn't get her number either.
No,
God damn it, Brian.
but
Did you tell her about our podcast? Did you say, "Hey, what's up, girl? I got a podcast. You like a guy with a big with a big podcast?" She was like, "What the fuck is a podcast?" But
and then I was also like, but me and my friends started a podcast too.
exactly. You should have spread the word, man. We could have had some listeners in New York. Golly, Brian. At least work when you're on vacation. Jesus Christ.
Wasn't on the clock,
You gotta
man.
make this company money.
You weren't paying me enough.
Yeah, we don't get paid at all to do this. That's the beauty of podcasting. You can do it for free and no one pays you. Unless we get sponsors, but I don't know. Maybe one day, Brian, but
Yeah, we'll
not
be
today.
sponsoring, like, I don't know, toilet paper.
Well, let me share something about Brian since he won't share it. He got blasted in New York and he started drunk texting me. And I've never seen this in my life, but even his texts were slurs, which was fucking crazy, man.
Yep, that happened. And there were, like, podcast material, too. They're like,
I wish
we should
I had
do...
saved them. I should have saved them, dude.
We should do the Ghost in Shell trailer breakdown.
No,
But it didn't say Ghost in Shell.
It
It
was
said...
like Ghost in Emporium, fucking tractor trailer, fucking just a bunch of nonsense. But I had to decipher everything to understand what you were trying to tell me. But yeah, that was funny. It was pretty amusing.
And I was blasted at Disney Store too, so...
Oh, well, I want to, you know what, that sounds fun, getting blasted and just going to the Disney Store.
That's what happened, man. It was like 9 o'clock at night, and I was like, the Disney Store open? Why aren't we going in?
Wow. It was just like, was it like in downtown or what?
It was like in Times Square.
Oh, was it big, like humongous? Like everything over there?
Honestly, it wasn't like the biggest Disney store I've ever seen. It did have 2 stories, but it wasn't like...
That sounds pretty fucking huge, Brian. I bet that's a lot. You gotta think about it. They have Disney shit, and then they got Marvel shit. They got Lucasfilm, Star Wars shit. You know, they got a lot of shit.
That was basically the second floor, just Marvel and Star Wars shit.
That's where I would have been the whole time, just drunk.
Been like, whoa.
Making out with General Leia.
But like, damn, you're making out with this 60-year-old.
Hey, I'll take it, man.
I was about to say something. Oh, and while I was at New York, there's actually a store that I actually went to that really wanted to go into. Have you ever heard of Think Geek?
About what?
Think Geek?
Think Geek? No.
Oh, it's like a place where it's like all pop culture. It was recently bought by GameStop, and there was like a GameStop in Think Geek, but I wanted to go to the Think Geek place because who hasn't gone to a GameStop already?
Right. I didn't even know Think Geek was until you just explained it to me.
Yeah, it's a really good store. It's a really cool store.
Sounds pretty cool, Brian.
And of course, I went to Nintendo World.
Did you go to any comic book shops like Midtown Comics?
Oh, no, I didn't see any.
Failure.
But there's a funny story. My second night there, I did pass a comic book store. It was already closed though.
Mm-hmm.
They were basically...
And you broke in and stole shit? Brian,
No, it was worse.
Don't do that anymore.
It was worse.
What happened? Someone else broke in and you saved them?
Nah. They sold everything but.
Everything but comics?
Yep.
What?
Like they had like all... Let's
like
just
statues
say...
and fucking movies and shit?
Like let's just say... Like your room, they had like a Superman poster, an X-Men poster.
That you got me, by the way. Thank you.
No problem. It was like a Barnes and Noble, but without the comics.
Well,
they had other books.
That doesn't sound like a comic book shop at all. That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
I was like, guys, this comic book store has everything but.
Yeah, but fuck, what were we talking about again? Oh yeah, your weekend in New York.
Well, my drunk adventures.
Yeah, you're drunk. Hammered Brian, dude. He exists. He's out there lurking somewhere, and I want to hang out with him sometime.
He's trying to find Deadpool on HBO, which was never on when I went.
Oh,
that's the good thing about hotels, though. They have HBO.
Yeah,
HBO is like the best.
I don't even have fucking HBO. All I have is fucking Stars and Showtime. I don't have HBO.
That's good. That's really good though too, because Stars has all the Marvel movies.
No, that's Epix, I think.
Or no, that's Stars.
Yeah, you're right.
Epix has like
because they played Guardians and they played Avengers. You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, that was Brian's week. My week. Well, it wasn't really a week as much as it was a night. I saw Louis C.K. Last Wednesday, Thursday. I don't remember. It was Wednesday. Dude is hilarious, man. Like so funny, bro. And the only thing is, like, I was tired. So, and it's gross to admit this, but I was starting to doze off a little bit. Like, I would close my eyes for a little bit. But I was paying attention. It had nothing to do with his performance. It was just because I had a busy day earlier and I had woken up earlier and blah, blah, blah. But with all that being said, and we were sitting up high, dude, I could hardly see him. And it was kind of hard to hear him as well. But with all that being said, he was hysterical, dude.
Just say it. He sucks.
No, he's great. I love him, man.
Lou, if you're listening to us, feel free to kill him.
He's not. I promise. But or maybe he is. I don't know. He is in town. Maybe no.
But if he is, thanks for the shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Louie.
The only thing that surprised me is he didn't really talk about the election. Because like he opened with it, and he had like 3 other comedians open before him, and they were all pretty good. One of them was okay, but the other 2 were good. But he opened. He was just like, "This is a weird day, isn't it?" He's like, "You need to cherish these weird days because they're at least something's going on." Because he's like, "Most of my days are just boring, fucking bullshit, and I want to fucking shoot myself." but I mean, I'm butchering it. He does it justice. He's so much funnier. He made a joke about suicide. Everybody laughed. Like he can turn anything into comedic material. He's brilliant. But I definitely want to see him again. But I want to get closer seats. One of the things I love about him though is whenever anybody shouts anything out, he just tells them to shut up. He's like, "Hey, shut up, man." He's like, and he just keeps walking. He's like, "Okay, shut up." But and then some lady screamed something. He was like, "Whoa, I think the lady just got murdered over there." He's like, "No, that was definitely a murder." But I don't want to say any of his jokes, but he was pretty funny.
When you've gone in front of the stage,
Huh?
so it can see you and bash you, like what I did.
If I let anybody bash me, it'd be Louis. But that's your fault, man. You sat in the front row. Never fucking sit in the front row, Brian.
My parents bought the tickets. I was like,
they knew it, dude. They were like, "This motherfucker's gonna get blasted by the comedian." And
here's the thing with John Hefner. He was my mom was like, he doesn't bash anyone. The first thing he does is just look down into my eyes and just starts making jokes.
Yeah, maybe he didn't have any material that he had prepared, so he was just like, "I'm gonna find the first motherfucker, and I'm just gonna start laying on him the whole time." And unfortunately, Brian, that was you.
Yep.
All right. Well, enough of all that shit. That's our week, our previous week.
Drunks, Louis.
Yeah, fucking
Trumps.
Everything, bitch.
Why not drink for Trump?
Brian, let's start the show. How about that?
Oh my God, we have a show to start.
Oh, dang, we've been going 12 and a half minutes. Not bad.
That's not bad for our life stories.
Cold open. All right. I don't really have any what to watch. Do you? Anything?
Basically, the Dave Chappelle episode of Saturday Night Live, that was pretty good. Again,
I've actually been watching, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt but
no, you're good.
I've actually been watching Walking Dead since the season premiere, and it's actually pretty good. I've never seen a season, but I watched like a recap video on YouTube, so now I feel like I'm kind of caught up. And that show's actually pretty good, dude. Like it has its haters and shit, but I like it a lot. All it took was Glenn's fucking head getting bashed in for me to get into the show.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, I would definitely check out that Dave Chappelle episode.
But The Walking Dead brings that one up because there was a Walking Dead skit featuring Negan, and I texted Grant immediately because me and him made like memes, send each other memes of the season 7 premiere a lot.
And it's even better because it's Chappelle, dude. And I was actually very surprised when I saw that he was going to be hosting because he hasn't done anything in a long time. He hasn't done anything since Chappelle's show.
Well, yeah.
Which I fucking love, by the way. That show is amazing.
Show is great.
There's my what to watch. If you haven't seen Chappelle's show, what the fuck's wrong with you? I think there's only 2 seasons or something.
There's 2 and lost episodes.
Yeah, it didn't go that long, unfortunately, but it's a great sketch comedy show. He's hilarious, and he's still funny. You know, he was in. You know, we saw him in Saturday Night Live.
That was his comeback, and that was a musical guest comeback too. Apparently,
who was that?
Tribe Called something. They're
fucking. Fucking.
But
yeah, that skit was hilarious. Where Chappelle and I was so happy to see all those characters back, dude. He's still like I don't know. He's like those characters all look the same. They all act.
They
the
really
same.
do.
It's pretty spellbinding, Brian. It's been over 10 years, I think, since that show. Maybe 10.
Yeah.
Over 10, definitely. But he does a good Negan, though, right?
Yeah, that was pretty
He's
hilarious.
like, I simply cannot decide.
Bubble gum, bubble gum, bubble gum.
He's like, usually when I'm on my knees, they don't give me bubble gum. They give me penis.
The best is when he just bats it and then his head falls off and his head speaks.
Yeah.
Mr. Negan, when are you gonna start swinging people? The suspense is killing me.
But what I loved about that part was it felt like a skit from Chappelle's Show.
It did.
Like
And the skip before it, did you watch the whole episode?
No, I didn't. I just saw bits and pieces.
So the skip before like brought out Chris Rock, and it was like bashing.
Oh, I saw that. I saw it's the election one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that one was hilarious. Like them two together were just great. And also another one to watch, if you haven't already, watch South Park this season, because the last 2 episodes were hilarious.
I heard that they were gonna premiere an episode the week of election, and they had to go back and rewrite it real quickly because
Trump won.
So they had to go back and actually, because I guess they had Hillary winning.
But let me tell you about that episode. I haven't laughed at an episode like that in a while. In that season for a while. That episode was hilarious.
Yeah, dude.
For a last-minute episode.
I have to get back in that. The only show I watched on Comedy Central was Tosh.0, and I gotta get back in South Park.
Yeah.
But
and the episode that aired a couple days ago was pretty funny too.
Yeah, I'm probably just fucking catch up with all of them on demand or something. What's this, like the 45th season or something?
The 20th.
Oh, I was close. All right, Brian, I guess we can hop into the news. This is episode 11, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, damn, we have a lot of news, too.
Well, I kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Minimized it, I guess. I just picked, like, the bigger stories, but
True.
The ones that we really want to talk about, I got right here. But yeah, this is episode 11.
Yep.
We made it to 11 episodes without me nor Brian died.
We're in the double digits now.
Yes, man.
There's 2 ones.
Yeah, and you know what, Brian? I went back and listened to our episodes, and I found a pattern. And it seems like our odd-numbered episodes are good ones, and our even-numbered ones are not as good. And maybe it's just me. I'm a little more critical than you. But, yeah, I don't know. I last week, it was last week. I thought it was 2 weeks ago. Anyways, last week, I was, like, real tired and shit. And I was just like... Yeah, fucking Doctor
Damn, it's
Strange.
the even numbers.
Yeah. But anyways, we're in the odd numbers, so this should be a good episode, right, Brian?
Yeah, man.
Fuck yeah. All right, our first news topic, news topic, I guess. Spider-Man: Homecoming, the first trailer. It's been confirmed to play before Rogue One, a Star Wars story.
I mean, I guess it's alright.
What the fuck, Brian?
No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. When does Rogue One come out? It comes
December 16th. It comes
16th?
out soon.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to go get our fucking tickets and shit. We're not going to AMC. If you listen to our episode from last week, you'll know we're not going to AMC.
That was a great episode.
We'll hit up Cinemark next time. But yeah, man, because that's one. If the fucking IMAX 3D glasses fuck up, dude, I'm gonna go fucking mollywalk on some motherfuckers, alright?
It's gonna go haywire.
Because I'm already pissed I didn't get to see my Doctor Strange in IMAX 3D the first time. But Rogue One I definitely want to see. It looks fucking great, dude.
Yeah. Battlefront actually coming out with new Rogue One DLC. Like, you know how you see it in the posters, that beach battle?
Yeah.
There's gonna be like a map of that in Battlefront.
Oh, that's dope. I gotta fucking update my gaming games, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, that's I'm excited. I don't think they've like classified it yet and like given like how long it's gonna be and whatever. But I mean, I'm ready to see some footage from it. But some more exciting news, Brian, from Spider-Man: Homecoming is, I mean, it's not like the most obvious news. Like it kind of seems like something everyone already assumed, but Michael Keaton has been confirmed to play Vulture.
Yes, that is officially confirmed by Kevin
Feige.
Feige.
I think it's Feige. I don't know. It's a fucking weird last name. But anyways, Kevin Feige, he confirmed that Michael Keaton is going to play the Vulture, man. I'm excited to see what they do with that character, dude. Because Keaton, he's amazing.
He's great. He's gonna be like Showtime.
From Batman to Birdman to the Vulture, dude. Like, fuck, man. But yeah.
And the founder of McDonald's.
Oh yeah, the founder. I'm still sad he didn't win an Oscar that year, dude. He should have won an Oscar. You see that video from that year's Oscars, the Birdman, when like everyone thought that Michael Keaton was gonna win, and then it suddenly went to fucking what's his face? What's that fucker's name? Fuck him. Anyways. Oh,
exactly.
But Michael Keaton, if you looked, he was gonna pull out a fucking paper, like a note of like his, I guess, a speech. And he put it back in after he lost, which was fucking heartbreaking to watch, man. Well, anyways, he's gonna be the Vulture.
Buddy, he won.
Eddie Redmayne. Fuck Eddie Redmayne. Fucking asshole. Like,
Who's Eddie Redmayne?
I know, right?
Exactly.
Alright, so that's it for Spider-Man Homecoming news, I guess. But some interesting news. The X-Men film series, Brian, seems to be getting the reboot treatment, if you will. What do you think about that, man?
I mean, why?
Well, honestly, with the DC Extended Universe and the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I mean, those movies are just they're. I listen to Mr. Sunday Movies. He has a podcast on YouTube. He's brilliant as well. There's another what to watch recommendation or what to listen to. But he said it. I think he said the best when he said that. It's the same vision that they have had for the franchise since 2000 with the first X-Men. Like it seems like they're all from like a bygone era. Like if you watch X-Men Apocalypse, it feels like it should exist in the early 2000s rather than now because I don't know. It just kind of I like the first two X-Men are good. X-Men First Class is my favorite one.
Yeah.
But like I don't know, like these new movies are just kind of
Yeah.
They're just standard, I guess. They're just average, and like they got to do something that like makes them stand out, and that like Deadpool, for example. Deadpool
was a good one.
That's a great example, and it's the highest grossing X-Men movie, even though there's no X-Men in it really. But it's because they tried something new, man. And but yeah, apparently they're gonna do some sort of reboot treatment on it, like a soft reboot. I got some.
So with the reboot, do you think they're gonna join the Avengers?
No. I don't know, because it's still Fox. Fox is still gonna like have the rights, I guess, to the X-Men.
Yeah.
But they should give it to Marvel. I agree, but I don't know.
But Logan looks really cool.
Yeah, Logan looks good. I like the solo Wolverine movies, except for Origins, which is awful. But
that one never existed.
But yeah, it says that Fox is planning to reconfigure the franchise after X-Men Apocalypse underperformed at the box office. And it says Bryan Singer is said to be departing, while Simon Kinberg will continue screenwriting duties. And a lot of people are saying that the next movie is going to focus on the Dark Phoenix saga. So they kind of touched on that in X-Men: The Last Stand, but I guess like it wasn't like properly.
Yeah, it wasn't properly done, and then
Yeah.
Apocalypse just made it like weird.
Like I mean, I don't think like Apocalypse. It wasn't bad, but it was again. It was just meh. Like it was just like. Show me something that gets me excited to go watch these X-Men movies. Like honestly, if they came out with another one and it looked the same, I would just be like, "Fuck, like this. No one's gonna want to go see this."
Well, here's the thing: they kind of butchered the story to that one. Like Apocalypse, they ruined Apocalypse.
He should have been like a big CGI fucker, dude, instead of Oscar Isaacs and makeup. But I mean, that's just me. He could have been the Thanos of the X-Men film series. Instead, he was Ivan Ooze. Go figure. But anyways, that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. Apparently, they want James McAvoy, Michael Fassbender, and Jennifer Lawrence. They want them back, even though it's a reboot, which I don't really understand.
Which makes no sense.
But I don't know. I mean, Logan does look good, I guess. So I guess we'll see what happens with that franchise. But Brian, hopping to a different franchise. Maybe not as successful and not as revered, but there's a new Green Hornet movie coming out.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
It's a reboot of the Green Hornet, and it's being distributed by Paramount with Gavin O'Connor, who directed Warrior and The Accountant, directing. And apparently this is like a dream project for that guy. I didn't see The Accountant. I don't know. It looks kind of boring, but Warrior is a good movie. Have you seen that with Tom Hardy?
I haven't. Oh wait.
It's like a mixed martial arts, kind of like UFC type fighting movie, but it's pretty good. But apparently, this new Green Hornet movie is going to be because like well, of course there's the TV series, which is it's kind of like the Batman '66 TV series, and then they came out with the movie Seth Rogen movie in 2011. Yeah, but that was more of like an action comedy. And then now this one's coming out, and apparently it's going to be more grittier. Sorry. It's going to be more grittier, like more edgier, like I don't know. But I mean, the dude behind it, he seems very passionate about it. He said it's a passion project of his, so I mean, what do you think about the Seth Rogen movie, Brian?
I didn't see it actually.
What the serious fuck, Brian? It's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's not god awful, but it's not necessarily good. But it's okay. It's Seth Rogen does comedy very well. I'm not too sure he does action very well, but it doesn't matter. But anyways, yeah, that's coming out. But hopping over to we talked about it a little earlier, Star Wars, Brian. Episode 8, we got some descriptions for some of the new characters. You want to hear them?
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, we'll start off with Benicio del Toro, who is one of the most fucking underrated actors alive, dude. Like he's fucking phenomenal. He's what's that dude's name from Guardians?
Which one?
The dude with the white hair.
The treasurer, the collector.
I think it's the collector. Well, anyways, he's in this movie. He's not playing the collector, sadly enough.
Damn.
But he's been described by the site, I guess, like the Star Wars site. I don't know, as a classic man in black. He's said to be dangerous and possibly connected to the casino set, which was talked about online some time ago. I don't know what that is, the casino set. Well, I guess there was a casino set? I don't know. Clad entirely in black, hence the moniker above. He's clean-shaven, with hair not all that different to Poe Dameron's. And while it's been said that he's playing a villain, the heroes apparently don't see him as a bad guy. At least not as first.
Whoa.
Alright, so he's playing a bad guy, obviously. Laura, and we don't get character names or anything, we just get descriptions. Laura Dern, her character's called a bombastic character by the site. She's aristocratic and fancy in a way which the Star Wars franchise has never seen. And I actually did see a set photo of her character, and it looks like Elizabeth Banks' character from Hunger Games. Like, she has, like, the fucking big, colorful wig and shit. So that's going to be interesting. And then the last description we get is Kelly Marie Tran, I think that's her name. And her character apparently is going to be like, she's going to serve as a love interest to Finn, I guess. I don't know. But it says the site promises more details to come about the relatively unknown actress's role in the near future. But it sounds like she'll end up playing a part in whatever Finn's story is in episode 8. So, not a lot about her, but I guess I was more intrigued by Benicio del Toro's character. Because, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I'm excited for that movie, though, too. Oh, my God, dude.
You heard they're not doing the opening scrolls for that one? The opening...
Episode 8?
Oh, not Rogue One.
Oh, I was about to say, that's tradition, man. You got to do that every... Yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense to not have it in Rogue One since it's in an anthology film. It's not, like, set in, this continuity, Star Wars continuity. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I think this is our last piece of news. The Kong Skull Island first trailer.
Yes.
The first trailer and theatrical posters debuted, for the upcoming film. And what do you think about what we've seen so far? Because this is set in the same universe as the new Godzilla, right?
Yeah.
And they're eventually going to clash, and they're going to make a big, Godzilla versus King Kong movie.
That's gonna be cool. I like him. He's giant.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed is holy shit, King Kong is huge. Like, I mean, he's always been huge, but like he's as huge as Godzilla at this point. I really like Peter Jackson's King Kong. Did you ever see that?
I did like it. I thought it was
it.
fine. Like knowing it didn't get like the respect it deserved.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I think that Kong looks better than this Kong though. This Kong looks like fucking like it's almost the difference between the Hulk in the Incredible Hulk and the Avengers. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, but I don't know why I made that comparison. But yeah, he's pretty huge. But other than that, I think it looks pretty dope. Honestly, like the posters look pretty cool. It's very vague. We don't really know too much about it. Like we just know that like these explorers go to Skull Island and they
I didn't
fight.
know Brie Larson was in it till
Yeah,
that second trailer.
yeah. Jesus Christ, I got a piece of hair in my mouth. But yeah, Captain Marvel and Loki in the same movie, man. Ooh.
Ooh, man.
But yeah, I think the movie's supposed to be set in the '60s or '70s. I'm not too sure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of hint at it in the trailer because they play like some old classic rock music. I forgot what that song's called.
Because the Peter Jackson one took place in like the 20s.
Well, yeah, because the original King Kong, the movie, came out in the '30s,
Yeah.
the black and white one, and then they got another one that was a remake of that in the '70s. It was like a real cheesy version of it, and then they came out with Peter Jackson's, which took it back to the '30s, and now this one looks like it's taking it back to the '70s. So I don't know. They need to get their fucking continuity straight. That's all I'm saying, man. You
Yeah,
can't
man.
go back and forth. This
But,
is America.
What do you think of John C. Reilly being in it?
Oh my god, I didn't even know he was in it until I saw the trailer.
Yeah, me neither.
That was crazy. He just popped up out of nowhere, dude, like with a tribe of fucking like people, and I was like, oh shit, John C. Reilly's in this. That's pretty dope. It has a pretty good cast though. It has Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, John C. Reilly, John Goodman, and it has the two stars of Straight Outta Compton. The guy that plays Dr. Dre, and I'm totally spacing out on their names right now. I'll come to it later. But anyways, yeah, I mean it has a pretty good cast, and the trailer. I don't know if you've seen this movie, but it looks very reminiscent of Apocalypse Now. Like it's just like it's very sepia tone. They're in the jungle and there's like explosions, but I don't know. I like the approach they're taking with it. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But I think after that it's gonna be Godzilla 2, and then they're gonna do Godzilla versus Kong. I think. I'm not sure, but that's gonna be pretty cool.
But I still need to see the new Godzilla movie, and I've seen like the trailer of it, and he looks huge. Like I've seen people like trying to land on him.
Yeah, dude. But that one's good. The only thing that took me out of that movie is how Ken Watanabe, how he says Godzilla. He's like Godzilla, and and I went to go see it with my cousins, dude. And for some fucking reason, every time he said it, bro, we just busted out laughing. Good times, good times. I love you, Ken Watanabe. You're a good guy.
And your Godzillas.
You're Godzillas. He had to have fucking known that he was saying it ridiculously. Because, I mean, he could perfectly say Godzilla, but he just, Godzilla. He says it all fast and shit. And every time he says it, there's like you can hear the score. It's like, dum dum. He's like, Godzilla, dum dum. It's fucking, I don't know. But
That would have bothered me a lot.
But watch it, dude. It's pretty good. There's some universes that I'm actually interested in seeing. I'm interested in seeing the Godzilla Kong universe.
Especially when they come together.
Yeah, and they're going to fight, and then they're eventually going to team up because they're going to both find out that their parents' name is Martha, and their mother's name is Martha, and then,
I thought you were going something so real with this until you said that.
No, not at all. But that's it for news, unless you got anything that you want to throw out there. I'm sure. Listen, I know I missed a lot of shit, but I mean, there was a lot of news, and I just picked. I just got a handful of like the big news topics, I guess.
Dicks out for Harambe.
Dicks out for Harambe. Hashtag Dicks out for Harambe.
Cumberbitch.
Cumberbitch, that's a good one. What's the one? Go Hillary. What's that all about? Is that supposed to be sarcastic? Do you know?
That one
Because I always see
hear of it
like
till
even
now.
on some of the posts that are supporters of Trump, they do a hashtag Go Hillary. So I thought it was sarcastic. But anyway, here we get the sex montage in Deadpool. Oh shit.
Oh damn! I didn't know.
What is that? Valentine's Day, and we're gonna get. Dude, I like when they fucking do Fuck, what was the one? I think it's Thanksgiving when they're shoving food in their mouths. That's
Yeah.
fucked
I
up,
like
man.
when they read the books and they're not doing anything.
Oh yeah, that was like I think that was national like oh there's national I don't know fucking National Women's Day or something I don't know. But anyways, back to this.
Oh
Back.
wait, Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, oh yeah, we got a trailer for Ghost in the Shell. What do you think about that?
Well, I know it was based off the anime,
Yeah.
and I haven't seen the anime, but I've seen like the video games. It was like a free to play game on like Steam. I never played it because I think it's like on my queue, but just never played it.
Well, I'm not in an anime or manga or any of that shit, so I had no idea what the fuck this was.
But it looks cool. Like I think it's more of Black Widow, the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I like again, like I'm not initiated with that fucking property, so I have no idea what the fuck's going on. I mean, Scarlett Johansson's in it. She's a good actress, so
Yeah.
And it looks kind of like it has like a Blade Runner type feel to it, I guess. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I know that there's been a lot of controversy because I guess the character in the anime or manga or whatever the fuck, she's Asian, and Scarlett Johansson obviously is not. So, but yeah, I mean, it looks fine, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. There's not really much to say about it.
But let's go ahead and hop into our hot topic for the episode, Brian. Our hot topic is the Dark Knight Trilogy.
Yeah, man.
And this is kind of just a random hot topic. It doesn't have anything to do with anything like happening right now, I guess.
Or
But
anything about Martha.
no, fuck no, man. I don't even think we get Bruce's mother's name in this fucking trilogy. But yeah, man, what a great trilogy this fucking is. Yeah, I like it because it has a beginning, middle, and end. It's not. It's hard to find another trilogy that maybe the Godfather trilogy, but even like the third movie is very weak. Um, I'm trying to think of another one. I mean, the Toy Story trilogy, but now they're coming out with a fourth one, so it's not a trilogy anymore. What other trilogies are there, Brian? Help me out.
The original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah, but it's like it's the middle trilogy in
Oh yeah.
because
Now it
we
is.
get the prequels.
Oh, the Iron Man trilogy.
Yeah, but again, that's like I guess like it's set. Those movies are set apart in a bigger universe, so it like we see Iron Man in other movies, so it's not really like
True.
But I don't know. I think this is honestly, I think this is the best structured trilogy ever. Honestly, like I think
Yeah.
because we see Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins. We'll get into each movie in unison. But in Batman Begins, we get Bruce Wayne beginning his journey. Damn, look at those abs. Jesus, Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, we get Bruce Wayne beginning his journey in Batman Begins. In Dark Knight, we see him continuing his journey. And in Dark Knight Rises, we see him end his journey. And it's, I mean, I'm making it simplistic, but that's pretty much the basis of each movie. I think each movie serves its purpose, and I think they're individually good, and I like Christopher Nolan how he kind of made them all have a different feel than the one before it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Uh, but enough of this jib jabbering. Let's hop into Batman Begins. Came out on June 15th, 2005, directed by Christopher Nolan. Co-written by Nolan and David S. Goyer. David S. Goyer also co-wrote BVS, Batman v Superman, and wrote Man of Steel. So, yeah, I feel a lot more of Nolan, honestly, in the script than I do David S. Goyer.
Yeah.
But cutting ahead a little bit, apparently it was David S. Goyer's decision to have Bane as the villain in Dark Knight Rises. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he is good for something. But I'm sorry. That sounded like an asshole. Anyways, Batman Begins, I remember the year it came out, and I was not interested because I was 9, I think. And at that point, the superhero movies that I was into was like the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, I
Which
hear
that's
ya.
actually a pretty good trilogy too, I'd have to say. I mean, the third one's
Oh yeah, that one's a trilogy too.
yeah, the third one's a little weak, but I think the first one's strong, and the second one's even better. The third one kind of falls apart, but I still I defend the third movie. I find things find things to enjoy in that movie.
Oh yeah.
Especially Peter Parker dancing, like that's fucking mad. That's majestic. I'm just kidding. Uh, but yeah, what was I talking about? Batman Begins. Yeah, I was 9. I wasn't into the gritty, fucking realistic shit yet, and I remember distinctly. I had the choice to go see Fantastic Four, or Batman Begins, and I chose Fantastic Four,
Now.
and I really liked it at the time. But now looking back,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it's hard to watch, man.
Like when I was a kid, I loved that movie.
Yeah, but now it's a tough watch.
Now it's embarrassing.
But I didn't really get into Batman Begins until the summer that The Dark Knight came out in 2008. Because I was so pumped for that movie because it had the Joker in it. I have to admit, I was mainly excited to see the Joker.
Yeah.
But I went back and watched Batman Begins before going to see The Dark Knight. And I was just like, wow, like these movies aren't about the villains. They're about Bruce Wayne. They're about Batman. Like one of the problems about the Schumacher and Burton movies was they kind of they focused on the villains a little too much. I would say like it was more of like a villain of the week instead of like a Batman story. And Nolan took the right approach by making it definitely Bruce Wayne's story, especially in Batman Begins, because I mean, it's his journey into becoming Batman, which I really like how they did it, by the way, because I don't think in the comics there was a definitive origin. I mean, like his parents die, of course, but then like it says in the comics that he disappears for like 5 or 7 years or something, and then he comes back and suddenly he's Batman. So I guess they filled that gap in with this, and they had him travel to the Middle East and train with the League of Shadows. And spoilers, it turns out that Liam Neeson's character is actually Ra's al Ghul, the main baddie of the film. And what do you think about the villains of that movie?
I thought they were fine.
Yeah, I mean Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. It was definitely a surprise to see that at the end he reveals that he's the bad guy. Because I mean, up until then, we're led to believe that he's the mentor. But Liam Neeson's great in everything, dude. Fucking
Oh yeah.
Jesus. He's good in the A-Team, and that movie's a piece of shit. No, that movie's fine. It's all right. But what about Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow? I don't know how to say his first name.
I think he's funny.
Yeah, he's good. He shows up. He's the only. He shows up in all 3 movies.
That's why he's funny, because he shows up. He's just there.
Yeah, like in the second movie, he's like that's who Batman apprehends at the beginning. And then in the third one, he's I guess doing court or some shit. That was one of the things that bugged me about the third movie. But anyways, we'll get to that later. Batman Begins. It's really hard to find any weak points in this movie, dude. Like it's really well made.
Maybe. I did like the Rachel in this movie, Kate Hudson.
Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. That's not one of Christopher Nolan's strong suits. I think is writing for female characters, if you will. I mean, she's there. She does a couple of things, and that's it. I really like the relationship that he established with with Batman and Gordon in this movie.
Or with the trilogy in general.
Yeah, I mean the whole trilogy, they got that relationship right. I like how they included Lucius Fox as basically like the benefactor behind all of Batman's gadgets and shit.
Yeah.
I like how they had it like most of it was military technology. It makes a lot of sense. It's set in the real world.
I like the Batmobile.
Yeah, I like the Tumbler. My favorite's probably. I don't like the movie as much, but the Zack Snyder Batmobile, I kind of like it because it's like a combination of Burton's Batmobile, which is like the long, sleek one, and the Tumbler, which is like all armored and shit. So that's probably my favorite, honestly. But I like the Tumbler. It's badass.
And keep in mind, folks, we're giving Trump a chance. We're not giving Snyder a chance.
No.
That's how bad he is at directing.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, he's not a bad director, but
well, they should have went with somebody. I can go all day, Brian. We should not even go down that rabbit hole. But anyways, I really like this movie. It introduced us to the world of grittier, more realistic, grounded superheroes, and it really did set the stage, I think, because like after that we get Iron Man, which is not it's not as serious as this movie, but it still is technically set in the real world. Like it's not too fantastic shit going on or whatever. And unfortunately, it also set the stages for movies like Man of Steel and BVS and shit. But yeah, I think this was a good first film. I think it got the tone right. It established the character right.
I will say there was like I remember watching this as a kid, and there was like this one part that actually got to me, which was like really funny. Is when Batman was like to Commissioner Gordon, he was like, "I'm gonna take my car." I was like, "Where is it?" And just drives over him. He's like, "Damn, I need to get me one of those." I don't know why I found that so funny when I was a kid.
Yeah, I don't know, Brian. That's a good question.
And then like I watched it again on DVD. I totally forgot he gave him his keys to the Batmobile.
Right.
I was like, yes.
I'm trying to think of anything funny I found in that movie. I guess nothing. Something that was actually funny was Ra's al Ghul's plot. It was to put poison in the water supply and then evaporate that water to poison everybody or some shit. I don't know.
What?
That was a little more, I guess, comic booky. I would say.
Watch, everyone's gonna start drinking like all Cokes.
Yeah.
And like not drinking water, so Ra's al Ghul failed.
He did. He failed this city. Bro.
And like, what did I do? He's like, everyone drinks Coke now.
But yeah, I really like this movie. I'm really glad that they went with Nolan, and because I don't know if he approached Warner Bros. Or if they approached him because I think he had approached them honestly, because he had made a few movies. He made Insomnia like right before that with Warner Bros. And I think he came to Warner Bros. Because they were looking to reignite the Batman franchise, and he was like, "All right, well, let's take it to the realistic and grounded level, mate." I don't know. That's my Christopher Nolan. It's better than last time, which no one will ever hear again. But yeah, they just got a lot of stuff right. Again, I mean, the plot, the mastermind plot, whatever, it was kind of silly. But other than that, establishing the character, establishing his origins, it was very well made, and it's my second favorite. It's not my favorite, which I mean my favorite is probably everyone else's favorites, but it's my second favorite for sure. How many burritos would you give Batman Begins, Brian?
3.5.
Yeah, me too. It's not quite a 4, but it's definitely better than standard. So, all right. So, with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna hop into the next movie, The Dark Knight.
Let me just say, I've watched this movie so many times. Like, rewind it. Like, you know how in the beginning they break that window?
What window?
Like, Joker's, when it faces that building and, like, Joker's henchman breaks the window.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
we try to pull out which window that was.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, I do that every time I watch
Every time
I watch that movie, I'm like, alright, it's that one.
And then as soon as they break the window, shit!
And I've gotten it right a few times, but most of the time I'm always to the left. I'm like right to the left of it. I'm like, oh fuck, it's alright, next time I'll go to the right. And then,
Hashtag Dark Knight window challenge.
Exactly, dude. Like, holy shit. Oh, I mean, that couldn't be that hard for people that watch the movie all the fucking time.
Yeah.
But, yeah, dude. Batman Begins didn't really have a prologue, but it's kind of a tradition. They started with this movie. They had the prologue introducing the villain, which I love, by the way, because it's almost like a James Bond movie. Like, they have a prologue before the actual story begins. But this one was amazing, dude. The Joker high scene, it set up the Joker perfectly, dude. It just shows how clever he is, but also how much he doesn't give a shit about anybody else. But before we get into the actual movie, the marketing, dude, I was so on board. Like, I remember this year, dude. This year, like, every time I think of 2008, I think of The Dark Knight, because this was, like, the movie of the year, dude. Like, man, it's still, like, I mean, obviously it holds up, man, but I think it's honestly the best made superhero movie ever. Like I honestly think it's the greatest superhero movie ever. It's not my personal favorite, but I think it's perhaps the greatest. Like it's art, really. Like it's fucking art.
That movie made me get the Arkham games.
Yeah, dude. I mean, fuck. They showed Arkham in Batman Begins, but not in this movie, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think they only showed it in Batman Begins. I don't think they revisit it, which is a shame. But whatever. But anyways, back to this movie. I, they could actually have fun with the characters now that they got all the backstory out of the way. And man, did they continue the story in a very fucking just entertaining but thrilling. Like it doesn't play out as much of a superhero movie as it does like a crime thriller. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like Heat or The French Connection or something like that. But I mean, listen, we could talk all day about how great Heath Ledger is as a Joker. He's phenomenal.
And keep in mind, I heard people didn't like
Oh,
Heath Ledger.
fuck no, dude. They're like, because everyone remembered him. He was in Brokeback Mountain. And
Oh yeah, everyone remember that one.
Yeah, I watch that movie every night, Brian.
Yeah, me too. I've actually seen it once. So.
I have never seen it. It's not that I don't want to. It's just I haven't gone around to it. But yeah, everyone, yeah, because they saw him, they're like, oh, he's just a face, who says that he can play the Joker or whatever.
Not even, because I saw him in that movie. He was great.
What movie, Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get exposed to him until this movie.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because this was his last, well, not his last performance or his role, because I think he had another movie come out after this called Dr. Parnassus's Emporium or some shit like that. I don't know, something crazy. But this was his last completed role, and he crushed, man. He was phenomenal. But a lot of people, it's weird because now there's like a backlash to this movie. Like strangely enough, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a good movie, but it's elevated by a great performance." I don't think that, dude. I seriously think that the movie is just great. I think the movie as a whole is great, and it just happens to have a great performance in the middle.
Yeah.
And I would probably say something controversial, Brian. Something that might, people will definitely not agree with. I don't even think Heath Ledger's performance is the best in that movie.
Really?
It's the most performance. Like it's great. I'm not saying it's nothing less than great. Like it's phenomenal. It's perhaps the greatest performance ever in a comic book movie. But I seriously think, and go back and watch this fucking movie, dude. Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon is fucking just he's very exceptional. And by exceptional, I mean he's fucking mesmerizing in that role, dude. And in the first movie, Gordon is kind of just he doesn't have too much to do. And then the Dark Knight Rises, he's just like I don't know. He's old and withered, and But in this movie, it's like Gordon at his prime. And if you watch Gary Oldman's performance, man, he is fucking just like haunting. Like that's how great he is. Like even in that last scene with Two-Face, and spoilers for a fucking 8-year-old movie. If you haven't seen this movie, what the fuck's wrong with you? But even in that performance, dude, where Two-Face has the gun up to his wife and kids, dude, like he is just like he should have been nominated for an Oscar, I think. But Heath Ledger, don't get me wrong, that's a fucking phenomenal performance. But it's more of a performance, whereas Gary Oldman is more contained, but it's still a great performance, I think. But anyways, I didn't mean to go on about that.
Still part of the topic, though.
Yeah. But and then we get more Bruce Wayne, but this does kind of goes off into a supporting character story. We get the characters of Harvey Dent, we get the Joker, obviously, we get Gordon, we get Lucius, we get Sal Maroni. We get a lot of characters, and but I don't know, like it's not as much of Bruce Wayne's story as the first movie is, but then again, it's not really supposed to be, I guess. But what did you think about? I guess what did you think about Harvey Dent, Two-Face?
I thought it was
Rachel. Rachel.
Okay, so I remember. So I haven't noticed this the first time, but that scene where Rachel they both are about to die from exploding. One died. Spoiler. Remember when she was like on the phone call with him, and she's like saying, "Oh, they're getting you." you just hear in the background just Jolt, Jolt, Jolt.
God,
I was like, I've watched that movie so many
God.
times. I noticed that, and I showed that to my brother. I was like, just listen to him. Look how ridiculous he sounds.
Yeah, but man,
Jolt. But
did you even care when Rachel died?
not really.
I did not give a
I
shit
was
at
like,
all.
she's coming back. Let's be
One
honest.
thing that bothered me, and I know I'm going all over the place right here, but one thing that bothered me is she dies about, I would say, maybe midway through, if not 2/3 through the movie. And after she dies, Bruce Wayne is still like, he doesn't seem like broken and shit. Like he just seems like after she dies, he's kind of heartbroken and shit. But then as the movie progresses, you don't see that in him anymore. And then suddenly in The Dark Knight Rises, the motherfucker takes 8 years off because she died, which just it doesn't it's continuity that doesn't make sense. Besides, I mean, come on, dude, you're Bruce Wayne, you could fucking pull girls, I'm sure. Come on, damn it. But I guess they were childhood friends or something. I don't fucking know. She didn't even like him though. She wanted fucking Harvey Dent's cock. She didn't want Bruce Wayne's.
One's running for mayor. One's just rich.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck, man. But anyways, I thought he was fine. Aaron Eckhart as Harvey Dent. He's
Yeah.
fine. He's not really Harvey Dent though. Like he never has the two-faced persona. He's the good guy, and then he gets his face burnt, and then he's the bad guy. There's never the duality. But I mean, I don't know. He's still better than Tommy Lee Jones, I have to say. I like the introduction of the Bat Pod.
Yes.
That was dope. And you know what? I watched Batman Returns the other night, and they do the same fucking thing in that movie. His Batmobile fucking like it breaks apart, and it's like just like a little fucking like a Bat Pod, but it's like very early '90s, so it's definitely not as good. But yeah, I think Nolan. I mean, he probably took a couple of notes from those earlier movies, man. But uh, but yeah, I mean, all around, that's a fucking phenomenal movie. It's entertaining as fuck, man. Like, there's like, I can hardly find any error in it. Yeah, there are a couple of plot holes or whatever, but like, it's not. There's plot holes in every fucking movie. But yeah, I remember I was sorely not disappointed with this movie. I remember walking out of the theater and I was like, "Fuck, I want to go watch that again, dude.
Yeah,
I want to be Batman." Shit, I was walking out of that theater and I was like, "I want to be the fucking Joker, dude. Like that dude's fucking cool, man." And it's sad that he passed away, but you know, at least we'll all remember him by that fucking majestic performance that he gave us.
So if he Heath Ledger was still alive, do you think he would have been in Dark Knight Rises?
Oh, apparently the plan was in The Dark Knight Rises, they were gonna have Harvey Dent on trial or something like that, and a Joker on trial or something. They were gonna have like a whole story arc with like I think Harvey Dent is on trial and the Joker has to come into court or something. I don't know. I don't remember specifics, but it didn't sound right. And I'm kind of happy how it ended with his character because like remember it just ends and he's fucking dangling there and he's just laughing maniacally. And like that's like a good ending to that character. Like we don't need to see any more. We got plenty of him. I think any more. I don't know. It would be, you know, spoils for the riches. I don't know what that means, but whatever. But yeah, that's. I would argue that's probably the best comic book movie ever. Even though it's not technically. I wouldn't say it's technically a comic book movie. It's more of a crime thriller. But it just happens to have a guy in a bat suit. You know. But all around, that movie's perfect. I would say I'd give it 4 burritos. I said it.
Same.
I said it.
Boom.
4, bitch. Now let's go ahead and hop into the final movie in the Dark Knight Trilogy. The third movie, if you will, and that movie is called Brian.
Dark Knight Rises, which is a "that's what she said" joke.
Is it? Oh man, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, there was like many people didn't like the title of it at first.
I mean, what else were you gonna call it? You know, Dark Knight 2 or you know, The Dark Knight Returns or I mean, I guess you could have called it The Dark Knight Returns, but like I thought they were gonna go completely different and call it like, you know, Gotham Knights or something like that. Like I didn't
Oh, that would have been cool.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian. That's it just came off the old noggin. But excuse me, I keep burping. Oh. I remember whenever they first announced the villains, or you know, they first announced Tom Hardy as Bane and Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. I was like, wait, who the fuck is Bane, man? And I was like, oh fuck, that Lucha fucking wrestler from Batman and Robin. I was like, fuck that, dude, him. I was like, how's this gonna happen, dude? I was like, oh man, they're gonna do fucking. No one's gonna drop the ball. He's gonna make a fucking full on comic book fucked up movie. He's gonna ditch the reality and grittiness. And then I saw the first picture of Tom Hardy as Bane, and I was just like, sold. I'm sold, dude. Like the fucking mask, dude. He's just looking back and looking over his shoulder and shit. Um,
I remember seeing the set photos on that one, and that one was
Yeah.
so crazy. Like,
Yeah.
there's like crowds of people like fighting each other.
yeah,
I was like, damn.
before the movie came out, dude, you better believe I was fucking checking out every set picture, every set video. I saw the bat. I'm not crazy about the bat. I would have called it Batwing, honestly. I don't know why they didn't just call it Batwing. But also, it looks like, I think Kevin Smith said this. It looks like a black lobster.
It does.
It does. And another funny thing about Kevin Smith is every time he talks about this fucking movie, he doesn't say Dark Knight Rises. He says Dark Knight Returns. He's like, like at the end of Dark Knight Returns when he, has to put the bomb over the city or something. I'm like, I just want to yell and be like, dude, it's fucking Rises, bitch. Anyways, Kevin Smith, if you're listening, and I know you are, just it's a simple Rises Returns dilemma. That's all it is. But anyways, yeah, I was so pumped for this movie because this was right after Christopher Nolan did Inception,
Yeah.
and he had like 2 home runs, dude, with The Dark Knight and Inception. Inception's not as good as Dark Knight, but it's still really good. I know a lot of people are like, it's not as smart as you think it is. Bullshit. It's ahead of its time, I think. But yeah, and I was really excited for this dude, and then I started seeing the footage, and I was like, dude, Bane, that motherfucker looks scary, dude.
You should have called me, Mr. UPS man. That was not quoted from the movie.
That was South Park.
But that was another funny episode.
Oh my god, dude, I've watched that shit. He's like, you should not come here, Mr. Postman. But yeah, I guess we can just talk about Bane for a little bit. I really like that character, man.
He was good.
It's not completely comic book accurate, but like, I guess neither is the Joker in The Dark Knight or Ra's al Ghul and Batman Begins. Like he's made to fit in this universe, and I think he fits very well. And I also like how they kind of bring things full circle. And they start off with the League of Shadows and Batman Begins, and then
they go back to that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we get Ra's al Ghul again. We get a little cameo from Liam Neeson. Catwoman, she's fine. She's all right. I mean, Anne Hathaway, she's just doing Anne Hathaway. She's a good actress, but I don't think she was anything mesmerizing. I would say
She was good.
She was fine. They should have gave her the cowl though. Like the cowl instead of the goggles that fucking flip up and shit. But anyways, I mean, other than that, she's fine, I guess.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in this one too.
Now, Kevin Smith, and I'm going to keep referring to him, he came up with the theory that that the reason why there was the 8-year gap between movies was solely to have Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character age. Just to have him grow up. Because if you remember, he talks to Bruce Wayne. He's like, when I was a kid in the orphanage, I saw, that I saw the same look, and that was the same look I saw on Batman's face or some shit, something stupid. That was another thing that bothered me. Like, how the fuck does this dude automatically know that Bruce Wayne is Batman? But anyways, he said that 8-year gap is just to have that character be from a little kid to an adult, I guess. Which is, I don't know. I mean, But yeah, I mean, his character's fine. I mean, that Robin reveal at the end, that was kind of
cool.
Yeah, but I mean, his name is Robin John Blake, and I don't know. Anyways, I'm sorry. I could go on a tangent on this movie. I really like this movie, but there are some fucking problems with it, my friend. That's all I gotta say.
I will say Bane is a memorable character until we saw how he died. Spoilers. How he died. Wasn't so memorable.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty weak, I'd say. Well, I mean, the whole revelation that he's just a pawn for Talia al Ghul, who, if you saw the set photos, you knew that she was playing Talia al Ghul, like, because she was wearing the fucking outfit and shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I remember the midnight showing I went to, when she was like, when it was revealed, homeboy just started busting out laughing. He was like, I knew it. I fucking knew it. And I was like, right there with you, brother. And I was like, shut your mouth because we're watching a movie. But, you know. But, yeah, I wasn't crazy about that. That Talia al Ghul was, because, I mean, it was so easy to tell that she was the mastermind, I guess. But to have Bane just like her, I guess, like her bitch, for lack of a better word,
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of weak, I guess, because he was like a big, strong, powerful, menacing character, and then that reveal at the end kind of killed it for me. But with that being said, he's still a great character. I think Tom Hardy made some out, off the wall choices that worked, like the voice. Like he always walks with like his hands like on his vest like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I started walking like that, dude. Like in school and shit, I would put my hands on my chest like that and just walk, and people were like, "Is that fucking fat kid trying to do Bane or something? Like what the fuck?" But anyways,
You should have been like, I wonder what will break first.
I wonder what will break first, your spirit or your body?
but yeah, even like I said, the voice that was a smart choice, I think. And again, he's not a comics accurate Bane, but like I said, that Bane is exactly what this movie needed, because it was a physical and psychological threat to Batman, and I like that. I like that notion, and I think it paid off. Again, I have problems with this movie, but ultimately, it's a good movie. I like it, and it's a good ending to a great trilogy, I would say. Probably my least favorite of the three. But I mean, Christopher Nolan has yet to make a bad movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even like his worst movies are good.
like I would probably say Interstellar is probably his weakest, but even that's good, dude. It's like same thing with Tarantino. Like his worst movie, I would probably argue is maybe Jackie Brown, but even that movie's good. So I mean, I don't know. But anyways, fuck you, Christopher Nolan. I'm just kidding. I love you. I know you're listening. I love you. I love you, Chris. You baby. Anything else that we missed?
Batman banging the villain.
Oh, totally, dude. That was something weird. That why would you have sex with the dude that you're trying to kill? And then after Bane breaks his back and he goes to the pit. And he comes back to Gotham miraculously, and they don't even explain how he gets back to Gotham.
Well, that desert place was like right next to Gotham.
Apparently, I mean,
like that's another place that's close to Gotham. You got Metropolis and Gotham right next to each other. You got
the fucking plot holes in this movie are spellbinding. but he comes back to Gotham, and then Talia finds out. She's like, "Oh shit! I thought this motherfucker was in the pit, but he's back here. Why not just kill him right there?" No, they did that just to have her make that reveal at the end. Which I mean that's a way to go with it, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. Those set photos definitely didn't help because we fucking got spoiled early on. But we didn't even talk about the prologue. What did you think about the prologue? I fucking loved it, dude.
I'm trying to remember.
The CIA.
Oh yeah, I remember the plane. That was crazy.
Crashing this plane.
With no survivors.
But no survivors.
Yeah, that was great.
Did you hear the original audio of Bane's voice?
No, I didn't.
I think it sounds better. It's harder to hear. I will agree with that, but it sounds more menacing because if you hear it in the theatrical version, you can tell that he redubbed it to make it more audible. But in the IMAX, the original IMAX previews that they showed, I think it sounds like way scarier. Like if he sounded like that the whole movie, he would have been even more fucking frightening. But yeah, I really like. I can go back and watch the prologue for The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. They're just both. They're just nice setups for the villains, and they have nothing to do with the story. But that's why I liked them, fucking Brian. But yeah, dude. But yeah, I mean there it is, folks. That's a.
Oh, how many burritos would you give Rises?
I would give it barely a 3.5. Barely. I'd give Batman Begins a solid 3.5. I'd give Dark Knight 4 easily, and I would give Dark Knight Rises a slight 3.5 burritos out of 4. But I mean, this is a good. Like I said, I mean, it's a really good fucking trilogy, man. Like they like I said before 100 times, Batman Begins. It's a setup. It's the beginning, and it pays off. in The Dark Knight. We have the fucking journey continues. Dark Knight Rises. There's some fucking plot holes, but for the most part, the journey ends on a satisfying note. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
So, Brian, I think that's it for our episode. We got through. We laughed, we cried, we punched each other in the face, and
our dicks was out for Harambe.
and our dicks were definitely out for Harambe.
Remember, be like Deadpool, make a stripper into a housewife.
Exactly. And
It's all.
I don't think I have a better tip than that, Brian. You kind of nailed it on the head, man.
It's all the tips in life I have for you guys.
All right, well, we'll be back next week, hopefully.
Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Yeah, in case we don't get back before Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Anyone out there listening?
Don't get diabetes.
Yeah, don't. I would recommend.
Because Black Friday is the next day, and you don't want to start that day off with diabetes. Because it sounds awful.
Yeah. Well, don't go shopping on Black Friday either, because you might die. Okay, I'm just forewarning you right now. But anyways, enough of all that unpleasantness. I've been Grant.
I've been Brian.
We have been the smartest kids in the room. We'll be back next week with episode 12. Brian, I think this was a pretty good episode, I gotta say.
It's an odd number though.
So if we're on track, then next week's gonna be a shitty episode, right?
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
Because episode 12 is gonna be like,
fuck Doctor Strange,
Yeah, remember that movie?
Yeah, fucking. Why are we doing this show again? But that's till next week. We'll see you then. Go get smart. Bye.